This is a warning. The Grim Reaper of radio, Bob Romanik, with his off-the-record show is about to air. He's probably the nastiest and craziest son of a bitch that you've ever had the misfortune to encounter. The Grim Reaper show will be very controversial and probably quite tasteless. If you are even slightly offended by controversial matter concerning religion, racial matters, politics, or life's problems, you are hereby warned to turn this program off immediately. The Grim Reaper show will be, like his face, very scary and very ugly. At this time, not proudly, but shamefully presents to you Bob Romanik, the craziest son of a bitch on the radio today.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM. Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. Good Wednesday morning to everybody. We've got a bunch of crap going on. Feel free to call. I'm not going to scare anybody off. I'm not going to bite your head off. America's Voice of Freedom, KQQZ, 1190 AM, The Patriot. Only here can your voice be heard. You can't be heard on KMOX. If they don't like what you say, they don't let you on the air. I'll let anybody on the air, as long as you don't go crazy with the cussing. We know what we can get away with on the air, and we know what we can't. And we may push the envelope a little bit, but we're not opening the envelope up because it ain't pretty for anybody. It's worse looking than my face. And I want to get going. I don't have much to do on the civic bulletin board here, but we'll take care of this. And then I'm going to get down to Cahokia, this ignorant bitch, Nicole Johnson. Listen, somebody can talk about me all they want. They can talk about me all they want, whenever they want, but tell the truth. And this stupid bitch, I wish my penis was as long as this rap sheet of hers. And this lady's supposed to be a security guard. I'll allege it because I haven't confirmed it. A security guard for School District 187. And I've got all kind of text that she's supposed to be working security, and she's texting people 2 or 3 hours while she's supposed to be watching the children. So, hey, you ignorant, no count, good for nothing, lousy liar. And if you say what I read you said about me, you're a damn liar. And we'll get into that momentarily. Nicole R. Johnson. And if she's not listening, please, if you know her, tell her that I'm coming after her because I'm tired. Don't you people get tired when somebody lies about what you say or what you do? Now, if I kill somebody, and at some point we're all capable, and I shoot somebody and kick him in the head walking out the door because he abused a family member or hurt a family member, report that I did that. Don't report that I shot him in the head, kicked him, and spit on him. If I didn't spit on him, which is the less egregious of all three, that pisses me off. These people want to talk their crap. I'll talk day and night, but I'll give everybody the opportunity on the air, because when I say something about somebody on the air, I always keep an open line. And it just really, really pisses me off. But let's take care of a little bit of housekeeping here. The River House in New Athens will be holding their Sip and Shop this Saturday from 12 noon to 5 p.m. We'll try to make it down. The radio station will try to make it down. We have a variety of vendors selling their items, and the River House will be selling mimosa and Bloody Marys at the bar for the event. I would like to find out who I need to contact to have this information aired by Bob. Well, I got the contact information, and I aired it right now. He has done something for the River House this summer and thought it would be awesome if he could do it again. Hey, we're more than happy to help out any small business, anybody that we can in our listening area. We would love to have people come down to the beautiful New Athens and join in on the fun. Loretta Stahl, Vice President of Operations. And I'll tell you, you guys need to go down to the River House in New Athens, a great place right on the river, and the Bullpen. It's a great concert venue and restaurant and tavern in New Athens. Nice town, nice people, and we'll make it out there. Don't forget, you can pick me up on iTunes. Type in Bob Romanik and/or the Grim Reaper of Radio. You can go to our streaming site at insanebroadcasting.com. One word, common spelling, to get all three of our great stations. Please like us on Facebook at KQQZ 1190 AM or our sister station, KZQZ 1430 AM. You can hear my repeat performance every day at 4 o'clock p.m. and also now broadcasting from the graveyard to the graveyard shift, but only on KQQZ 1190 AM, Monday through Friday at the stroke of midnight. We'll be on the air letting everyone know what's going on in our once great country. On this date, December the 9th, 1792, the first formal cremation of human remains were in the United States. The guy's name was Henry Lawrence of South Carolina, Charleston, South Carolina. First time they had somebody cremated back in 1792. On this date, December 9th, 1843, the first Christmas card was created by Henry Cole. On this date, a local man, on this date, December the 9th, 1878, Joe Pulitzer bought the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. On this date, December the 9th, 1907, Christmas seals went on sale for the first time in Wilmington, Delaware, at their Wilmington, Delaware post office. The proceeds went to fight tuberculosis. On this date, December the 9th, 1963, and I had one for a while till they repossessed it back in the day. The last Studebaker rolled off the assembly line back December 9th, 1963. December 9th, 1969, Charles Manson was indicted for the murders of actress Sharon Tate and 5 others. On this date, December 9th, 1994, President Clinton fired Surgeon General Jacqueline Elders after she told the conference that masturbation should be discussed in schools as part of human sexuality. I'm sure that all the dumbass, idiot-ass politicians in St. Clair County, I'm sure they paid attention to it, because all these rotten political parasitical punks are nothing more than a bunch of jerk-offs. And if you know what I mean, and I think you do. On this date, December 9th, 2000, the United States Supreme Court stayed the Florida recount, which confirmed George W. Bush is president of this great United States of America. On this date, another good Democratic day, December the 9th, 2008, the governor of Illinois, another great Democratic leader, Rod Blagojevich, was arrested by federal officials for a number of alleged crimes, including attempting to sell the United States Senate seat being vacated by President-elect Barack Obama. See, that's what these bastards, that's your mother. If you give them to them, you got to watch. And there's Republicans that are just as bad, but these Democrats have taken over this Democratic cancer in the state of Illinois, this Democratic cancer in St. Clair County. We have to get rid of it. It's not terminal yet, people in St. Clair County. We can get together in 2016 and stop this cancer before it sincerely kills us all. That's what happened on this date, December the 9th, throughout all these years in our world's history. I want to say hi. I had a good friend, Ken Griffey, and his beautiful, lovely wife, Patricia, called yesterday. They live in not South St. Louis, deep South St. Louis. He says they all listen to us down there. We want to appreciate that. And Bill Gurner of St. Charles, Missouri, his friend, they've got us on up in St. Charles. So, guys, keep listening. And everybody that calls from other than St. Clair County, say, Bob, all we have to do is put different names, but the situations in this political arena and environment are always the same. And I agree with you. Got an email here. Doug Gilbert. Hey, Bob Romantic. Why don't you and Donald Trump get a motel room together? That way you wouldn't need to build a wall. All you have to do is put up a do not disturb sign to keep the Mexicans and Arabs out while you guys are doing the nasty. Doug Gilbert. Well, Doug, I appreciate, and I try to read good and bad emails. You know what? I would get a motel room with Donald Trump. I really would. I'm not endorsing Donald Trump. If I think he's done something right, I'll fight for it. If I think the Democrats have done something right, I'll fight for it. I'm fighting the cause. I'm not fighting a political party. But you say that we should get a motel room, and I say, Doug, I would get a hotel room with Donald Trump, but then what would I do with your mother? Would I kick her out of the bed? What would I do with your mother, who you say that we can do the nasty, and your mother who is nasty? Maybe I wouldn't have to do, I don't know. Maybe I'd rather do the nasty with Donald Trump after seeing your mother. But, hey, Doug, I appreciate the call. I appreciate you exercising your First Amendment right. And I read this negative about me on the air because everybody has a right to their opinion. And I'm not mad, but don't get mad when I talk about mama because it's a two-way street. We've got some callers. Hold on. We're going to get to you guys momentarily. They tell me last night at the board meeting in Cahokia, and I backed off him for a reason I can't tell you. But Frank Bergman, that big-head, stupid son of a bitch who was the mayor of Cahokia, who had God Sprague as his attorney, and I guess God Sprague when Frank Bergman was the mayor of Cahokia, and he had everything screwed up. He had Bob Sprague probably made $500,000-$600,000. So when Bergman gets run out of Cahokia, what does Sprague do? And he's not qualified. Bergman's not qualified for anything. He makes him the human resource director, and I would assume for a payback. But then he was the same one got in wrecks over in St. Louis in the village car and told the policeman, I don't know where I'm at or what I'm doing. You big head, stupid son of a bitch. He gets run out of Cahokia after screwing up Cahokia. But what does he do? He's going to bring roly-poly Patty Sprague, the auditor, down to the Cahokia meeting last night. How desperate people, do you understand how desperate these Democrats are? They don't know what to do. Patty Sprague's never been down to a Cahokia meeting since she left her trailer in Cahokia because she's better than the Cahokia people. She's up there in the $1 million estate with her very handsome, very personable husband, God Sprague, and you have to give me a minute so I can throw up because I've lied before, but I've never lied that much. Did I say? I didn't say handsome and personable and honorable, did I? Because if I did, and I meant it, and I don't, but if I did, put a gun to my head and shoot me because I went crazy. But she's down there because she's going to have opposition, and guess who the opposition is? The ex-mayor of Cahokia, Gary Cornwell. So I guess Patty, roly-poly Patty, is going to go down there, and she needs Bergman as a bodyguard. And Bergman, I hope you don't pass out and forget where you're driving to when you got roly-poly Patty in that car because they'll throw her up in another trailer. That's what they usually do with trailer trash. But that just shows how desperate people are. I want to get into Cahokia, but go ahead. Let's take some callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Are you talking to me, Bob?
I'm talking to you.
Hey, Bob, my name's Mike, and I live down here in unincorporated St. Clair County between Centerville and Cahokia.
Uh-huh. And
I just, one of my neighbors has just brought this to my attention. Cahokia is trying to annex this area, and they notified all the business owners, the full guys that got the car lots down here, they notified those guys, but any of the people that live here, nobody knew anything about it. And this is something that went on. It started the 12th of November in the village of Cahokia. There's some kind of a paper called the Madison Record where they print the legal things that are going on.
Uh-huh.
And none of my neighbors knew anything about this. And McCalls are trying to make a land grab of this area. It's Parkfield Terrace, and I don't understand how they can legally do this. But in this article in this Madison Record, your buddy Chris Coker, I think, is the judge.
Yeah,
he's the one that sat over this, and he says everything is okay, that everybody's been notified, and anybody that lives in this area should knows what's going on. Well, that's totally false. Because I've lived where I live, this house has been in my family since 1946, and I've lived here for over 50 years myself. And I don't want to be any part of Cahokia. It's bad enough having Curtis McCall overseeing me in Centerville Township as to have his dumbass son come in here.
Here, Mike, let me tell you, Chris Coker is a judge, but he's only a judge because he is part of the culture of corruption. But that area they're trying to annex, it's not a land grab, Mike, and I understand what you're saying, and I'd be pissed too. It's a voter grab. They want to get those voters and put them into Cahokia so they can help destroy Cahokia even more. But little do they know, and they do know this, whenever that part of the county is annexed into Cahokia, that's the worst part of St. Clair County. Anytime a deputy goes down there from St. Clair County, they go in 2 or 3. They wait on Camp Jackson until there's 2 or 3 cars. And I don't blame them because it's dangerous down there. But Curtis McCall Jr. and Curtis McCall Sr., they don't give a damn. They just want the extra votes so they can continue to take care of not the community of Cahokia, not the area of Centerville Township, but take care of their families. Mike, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. We got some more callers. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side. Hello.
Yes, Bob.
Yes.
This is Michael Barrett.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
How are you?
Fine.
I appreciate everything.
Now, Mike.
Do right.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for the call. You know, you guys, you can't use certain words, and you know that. You're a piece of crap, not a piece of what he said. So we had to let him go. Want to say too, I get a call. Hey, Bob, or email. I'm sorry. I heard that the state of Illinois is not going to send out license renewal letters anymore. And this is from Lorraine Daly. She says, do you know if that's true? Keep up the good fight, and sorry we can't vote for you. Happy and Merry Christmas and a blessed 2016. The same thing to you, Lorraine Daly and family. But yes, Lorraine, they're not sending them out, and I'm happy for that. Because all we got to do, and that's thousands of dollars, because somebody has to coordinate it. It's the printing to say, hey, your license plates are getting ready to expire. We can save probably, and we probably are saving $300,000-$400,000 a year by not sending them out, because all you got to do is go to the back of your car and look at that little sticker, and if it says it's December that it expires and it's January the following year or whenever, you know it's expired. So it's easy to do that, and it's going to save us a lot of money. But Lorraine, thank you very much for the thought. I gotta say, I'll allege she's a security guard, because I don't know. School District 187, Nicole Johnson, she's one of the shills for Curtis McCall. She's been emailing back and forth while she's supposed to be, and I've got all the, text. I don't know. I'm not very intelligent on anything, and I'm sure not on the technology of these phones, these smartphones. You got to be smarter than the phone you're using, or you don't use it. That's why I'm not using it. But she's back and forth yesterday, and we've got all the records back and forth yesterday about what's going on, some kind of idle political threats. And she says here, she's talking to a lady. She says, the only person that supports you bunch of crazies down in Cahokia is Bob Romanik. Wow. Look who supports you. A guy who calls poor black, PBL, who calls black PBL people, I guess, porch monkeys and coons on a daily basis. If you said that, you're a damn stinking liar. A damn stinking liar. I always say plantation Negro, which you are one of. That's the proud black people that cross over to the bad side, who start selling out their race, their people, their country. And you are a plantation Negro, Nicole Johnson. But for you or anybody to say I've ever used the word porch monkey, coons, or anything derogatory about the proud black race, you're a damn liar. And kiss my white, hairy, stinky ass. But having said that, here's Nicole Johnson. This is one of Curtis McCall. I've got her rap sheet. Seatbelt violation, child restraint violation, which is nasty when you don't secure your kid. Listen, that's 2. Operating an uninsured motorist, 3. Electronic communication device by the state police, 4. Seatbelt, 5. Theft of use of property. Electronic communication device, I guess that's telephone. Driving on a suspended license. Operating uninsured motor. Theft and use of property. Driving on a suspended license. Unlicensed, operating uninsured motor vehicle, disorderly conduct, seatbelt violation, no valid registration, unlicensed driver, operating uninsured motorist, assault, disorderly conduct, another disorderly conduct, endangering the life and health of a child. Now that's other than murder, that's the worst charge you can be charged with. Here's another one, 23 charge, the 23rd charge, criminal damage to property. 24 charge, disorderly conduct. 25 charge, disorderly conduct. 26, improper use of registration. 27, unlicensed. 28, operating uninsured motors. 29, criminal damage. 30, battery. 31, battery. 32, battery. 33, criminal damage to property. 34, battery. 35, criminal damage to property. 36, charge battery. 37, charge battery. 38, charge resisting a police officer. 39, charge battery. 40th charge disorderly conduct. Now, this is somebody who allegedly is a security guard at School District 187 because she kisses Curtis McCall's ass. Hey, and lady, give me a call, Nicole R. Johnson. I know you're at school. You did all these texts, the 2 or 3 hours you were supposed to be protecting the students of School District 187. How egregious is this? All you have to do is go to St. Clair County and go to Nicole, type in Nicole Johnson, and you'll get this whole record. And if you think I'm lying, catch it. 40 charges. And this lady, assault, endangering the life of a child 2 or 3 times, disorderly conduct, criminal damage to property, battery. And this lady, and I use that term very loosely, I use it about as loosely, she's about as much as lady as Kern is. And I want to apologize to Kern because Kern's more of a lady than this woman. Nicole R. Johnson from Cahokia. We're going to call School District 187. And you people, do you understand? They don't care about the safety of your children. Why would School District 187 hire somebody with this kind of record to be a janitor, to be around the children, let alone be a security guard and then have 2 or 3 hours of texting when she's supposed to be watching for the safety of the children? And let me tell you what, Nicole Johnson, I have never made a racial slur on the radio about any black person. I do more for the black community than you ever thought about doing. And that pisses me off, people. I'm a white guy, and I'm not perfect. And I've got black enemies, but I got a lot more black friends. And I don't want to get into everything I've done for the black community the last 5 or 6 years because there ain't enough time. And I do it because I want to do it. But I'll be damned if I'm going to let some skank like this say that I said something I've never said. And the only reason I say plantation Negro and the proud black community appreciates it because it separates the plantation Negroes from the proud black community. And there's a great proud black community all below the hill in East St. Louis. So Nicole Johnson, Nicole R. Johnson, you're a damn liar. And with this criminal record, I don't know how the School District 187, but this is going to be to Elliot Davis. I'd pull my kid out before I'd have somebody in the most egregious, hell with the disorderly conduct and the resisting arrest and the thefts, the endangerment twice, 2 charges of a child, endangering the life and health of a child. Are you crazy? And you're around children? School District 187, you guys ought to be ashamed of yourself. We got a caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Hey, Bob, this is Kevin from Waste Management.
Yeah, Kev.
Hey, I said the modern-day porch monkey because when you sell out, I said that. You did not say that. I call them modern-day porch monkeys, in which they are. When you sell out and lead a black community down the fend for themselves, you are porch monkeys. Those are my terms, not Bob Romanik. I said it.
Well, you know what, Kevin? I got to tell you what. You're a stand-up guy. You didn't have to call and say that, and I know I didn't call you and ask you to say that, but Kevin, see, you're what I call a proud black man because you're going to stand tall for your people. You're going to stand tall for your community, but you're not going to play the race card. You're going to do what you can do. And next time you call and say, Kevin the trash man, I'm going to put my white foot up your black ass because you're not a trash man. You're a proud working man in this country, and you're not a trash man at all. Trash are people like Nicole Johnson. Trash are white people that try to screw everybody. Trash are these politicians that don't do anything for the people but screw them. Kevin, I think you're a great guy. You keep up the work, and don't ever Don't ever let me hear you say that again, okay?
This is the second time you correct me on that.
That's right, and it's going to be the last time. So, Kevin, if I don't talk to you before the holidays, you and yours have a very, very happy holiday.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, there's a proud black man, and it doesn't piss me off with him. He always says, Kevin, the trash man. This man works every day. This is a proud black man. He works every day to support his family. Now, he picks up the trash. Somebody's got to do it. I'm glad he's got to do it. Carl Officer just walked in. I'm glad Carl, and he's one of the best funeral home directors and has one of the best funeral homes. I'm glad that he's a licensed embalmer. I'm glad that he can sit there day in and day out with all the tragedy and still keep a sane mind, because I couldn't do it. Those guys need to be saluted. Now, it's not for everybody, but it's they're all honorable jobs. So, Kevin, again, thank you very much. Carl just walked in. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting at its finest, America's bi-state voice, would be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, insane broadcasting, your guardian of the First Amendment, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. I just received several calls off the air, ex-school superintendent, a board member from the outer county area, and they advised me if it's anything to do with child endangerment and with these crimes, that they never should have this lady hired. We're going to call the state superintendent of schools, and we're going to get with Elliot Davis. So, Nicole R. Johnson, as always, lines are always open. If you've got something to say to me, a skank, say it to me. Don't lie when you talk to people, when you text people, when you're supposed 3 hours worth of text here, and she's supposed to be watching for people coming into the school to that maybe want to hurt the children, and she's on her text. Not only are you an embarrassment to the school district 187, Nicole Johnson, you're an embarrassment to humanity. And you want to give me a call? Lines are always open. This gentleman, Doug, whatever the hell his name is, Doug Gilbert, who wanted me to get a room with Trump, and I would, but then I'd have to kick his mama out, and I don't know if I want to do that. But anyway, listen, when I think Trump has done something good, I'm going to applaud it. If I think Trump's done something bad, I'm going to ridicule it. If the governor does something good, I'm going to applaud it. Does something bad, I'm going to ridicule it if I'm in Springfield. If that no-count, low-life Madigan, that little piece of political crap been there 40-some-odd years, looks like a little Hitler. If he does something good, I'll applaud it and I'll vote for it. If he does something bad, I'll be all over his ass. But I'm not endorsing Trump. But I think he's right on this. I think we ought to keep all the Muslims out. Now, the ones that are out of the country that are American citizens, they've been vetted. They're American citizens, and they could be made criminals. What's the word I'm looking for? Well, whatever the hell it is. But they could be bad guys. But we've got bad guys in the United States that are citizens. Let's don't bring in the outsiders. I'm for shutting it off until we do. Nobody knows who ISIS really is. They're behind the scenes. They lurk in the dark. We don't know anything. Let's find out. Let's get a handle on it, and then let's start letting people in. I told you yesterday, and I meant it. 2 things. I don't want to see anybody starve. But if the Muslims are over there and got to come over here because they're starving because of problems in their country, and we didn't have all this terrorist activity, I'd say bring them over and see what we could do for them. But I say I'd let, I said 50,000 yesterday, I'll say 1 million. I'd rather have 1 million of those people over there, Syria, and those lands that are fighting each other all over this. I've never seen a religion that want to kill everybody. I don't know what kind of religion that is. And everybody thought I was unreligious. Hell, I don't want to kill anybody because they don't believe in the same God I do. But having said that, I'd rather see 100,000 people starve over there is have one American killed over here. And it may not be right, but you'll do anything if you're a decent human being to protect your family. Anything. And that's what we need to do. And these political bastards that, oh, Trump's wrong. Trump's not wrong. Maybe he didn't premise it right. And maybe everything he said wasn't right. But the total premise at the end of the day is we have to protect our people in this great United States of America. And if that's what it takes to protect them, let's have martial law. We have to, the hell with the Constitution. Oh, we got to bring the Arabs in? Well, let's bring the Arabs in because they invented Slurpees, and I love Slurpees. But other than the Arabs, I mean, I never seen anybody get killed with a Slurpee, having a Slurpee thrown on you. Maybe you get a little cold. But seriously, we have to do unorthodox things because this is an unorthodox situation. It's not the way we want it, but you have to fight fire with fire. And again, I'm not in bed with Trump. If he's right, I think he's right. If he's wrong, I think he's wrong. I got Mayor Carl Officer with me. And Mayor, let me tell you, I know you're the candidate, and I won't say the Republican candidate, because when you're elected coroner, you wouldn't do anything different if you were Republican, Democrat, Independent, Libertarian. But anyway, these three judges, and this is Bob Romanik, not Carl Officer. Bearer Civic, you piece of political scum. This bastard says, oh, if you resign, and this is a quote, if you resign and run for a vacancy, you have to run twice. Bearer Civic said, by choosing this avenue that I have, I expose myself to the I'm an ethical machine. Red on the noodle like a pecker on the poodle. But here's the funny part. The candidacy papers of Bearer Civic show that Bearer Civic's running for Hayda's spot and Hayda's running for Bearer Civic's spot. If what they're doing is right, why are they playing the old okey for doke? Because I know a constitutional attorney up in Springfield told them, you better at least run for the other person's office, because it really looks bad when you retire from your office and going to run for your same office. So that in itself shows you that these son of a bitches know they're in the wrong. They know they're in the wrong, and they're rubbing crap. They're rubbing crap not only in our faces, people, but they're tearing up the state of Illinois Constitution, the Constitution of this great state of Illinois that says you would run for retention after you're elected whatever he wants. And that's bad enough. But when he says that he's 35 take the Constitution and tear it up, if they can circumvent the Constitution on this aspect, they can circumvent it on any. But what really is the most egregious thing to me, when these judges take an oath, they take an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States. They take an oath to uphold the Constitution of this great state of Illinois, and then they're going to take it and twist it and turn it and bend it and break it to benefit them. I think that's the most egregious thing a judge can do. It's do as I say, not as I do. And I just hope the good people of St. Clair County and the 20th Judicial Circuit understand what's going on and vote this no-count son of a bitch out just because that's what he is, a no-count, good-for-nothing, low-life son of a bitch. Having said that, that are my words, not the Honorable Carl Lee Officer. Carl, how you doing today?
Good morning, Bob. I think you left out one thing.
What's that?
They took another oath. That was to pledge their loyalty to the culture of corruption. That far superior than the Constitution of the state of Illinois.
Good
far
point.
Superior to the state of Illinois. That oath that they took means that they got to do whatever they got to do to circle the wagons and take care of the good old boys. And that does not mean taking care of anything for the people of the state of Illinois, and in particular, the people of St. Clair County.
You know, it's amazing, though, Mayor. I know you've ran for office. You've been the mayor. You've been all around the political arena. Mm-hmm. But for them to circumvent the law, and let's bring this point up, you being the ex-mayor of East St. Louis, the judges, Heinz Rudolph, and I used to think he was a decent guy, but I think he's a political piece of crap just like the rest of them. He rules when Parks doesn't have enough signatures that, it's okay, he meant to do well. So they, in essence, he showed what an ignorant son of a bitch he was on the bench, because the state Supreme Court, I think it was 7-0 or 12, whatever it was unanimous.
It was unanimous.
That Heinz Rudolph screwed everything up. He did not follow the law. But these judges, most of them, there are some good judges in St. Clair County, but most of these judges follow not the law of the state of Illinois, but they follow the law of God Sprague and the Democratic Central Committee.
Well, that's the reason we formed the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, is because when you look at something as simple as your case, to spend over $150,000 of taxpayer money, you stepping on somebody's sidewalk, okay?
Right.
Which is public domain. Then you look at what happened in East St. Louis earlier this year with the situation with Mayor Parks. The judges, whether they're in St. Clair County or at the appellate court, you had to go all the way to Springfield, thousands and thousands of dollars. The law is very simple. It says you have to have X amount of signatures to file to run for particular offices. You and I just got to going through this. But there is a shameful side to politics. That is, the average voter and taxpayer in America, particularly in Illinois and particularly in St. Clair County, they see this wheeling and dealing and abuse of power by just a few. You've seen it in Chicago recently. You've seen it in the state of Illinois. You're seeing it very candidly here again in St. Clair County. It's going to be interesting to see how the challenge that Dallas Cook put to these judges, to see how it's going to play out.
Yeah, it just really amazes me that these judges, they're all going to fall in line, and for Barra Civic to say that he's doing this for the good of the people. See, that's the problem. These bastards, Mayor, are so arrogant, and they've been arrogant for the last 30, 40 years. And I tell all you people, they've been around for 40 years and haven't done anything. So what makes you think they're going to do anything in the next 4 years?
Well, one of the reasons that they have been able to be so successful in their arrogancy is that nobody's challenged them. This is the very first time that the voters and the people have a choice. They have a choice because of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition. We are giving them an option and an opportunity. Those persons who say, we felt left out, we felt abused, we felt misused, we felt that we didn't have any, now you got somewhere to go. You've got a real choice. Instead of howling and screaming and fussing and this, that, all you got to do is to go and vote. You don't have to come to any meetings. You don't have to pay any money. You already believe in your heart that you're free, that you're an American, that you're a member of this family of freedom in the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, then you already are a member. But this time, you got an option. You can vote these people out of office this time coming up.
Once and for all. Yeah, you know what? That's I think we'll coin it. We are the freedom fighters. We're like the Revolutionary War guys trying to get away from the stronghold and the corruption of the British. That's what we're doing. The freedom fighters are on the move. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, Radical Radio, and you all know we're very proud to be the Patriot.
From KQQZ 1190 AM, St. Louis, Missouri, USA, you're listening to Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio.
This is Bob Romanik, the Grim Reaper of radio, and you're listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio at its finest. And we are, as always, proud, very proud to be the Patriot. We're just about out of time. We've got some more callers. Callers, thanks for calling, guys. But when I'm ranting and raving, we can only get a few. But please keep calling because we'll get you through eventually. Go ahead, caller. You're on the dark side.
Yeah, thanks for the call. I got a question. This Bear Civic that's running for a different judge position, and he's saying that so he can be more open.
Uh-huh.
Now, doesn't he have to explain now the 30 years that he's been sitting on the bench by doing that when everything's going on?
You know what, sir? Yeah, he can, and he could before running for retention, but he hasn't been on the bench 30 years. Gary, he's been in politics about 35 years. He was an assistant state's attorney, county board chairman, circuit judge, then chief judge. See, these bastards, it's not a career opportunity. And this bastard's not a judge. He's a politician. But thank you very much for the call, Gary. But hopefully he'll have to answer to all the good people. Carl, I'm going to give you the parting shot. Go right ahead, buddy.
Well, I just want to say thank you again for all those persons who are kind enough to sign my petitions. But, you know, I really wanted to say this to you, Bob, personally, face-to-face and on the radio, that I've known you a long time. You are really, truly crazy in so many ways.
Thank you.
But I've never known you to lie to me. I've never known you to steal. And I've never known you to be insulting to anyone individually, as this one lady accused you of. I've heard you in private, and I've heard you in public. And there are some things that I just have never heard you say. Now, I want to tell you, I'm looking forward to voting for you, honestly and sincerely, as my state representative, because when I was in Springfield, blessed to be there by the auspices of Alan Dixon in the Secretary of State's office, he gave me the opportunity to put the first photo driver's license for the state of Illinois. We saved almost $21 million that first year because you didn't have to mail out all the license.
Right.
What do you call it? The learner's permit, the temporary permit, and then the regular license. We used to mail them out. It's very simple. You got good ideas. When you go to Springfield, I think that when you go there, you can just pass a simple resolution that simply tells the guy, go to the back of your car, look at your license plate, okay?
Yeah, there you go.
If the date is there that you're going to expire, you can save the state a couple of $1 million.
But there you go.
We don't have to mail you out a notice to let you know that your plates are going to expire. Walk to the back of your car and look at your sticker. The other thing that I wanted to just simply say in parting today, it just makes good common sense. There needs to be somebody in Springfield, whether you're from St. Clair County or Sangamon County or any other county in Illinois, somebody that's not paid for, that can't be intimidated, that can't be bought off, that can't be scared off, that can't be made to do something for some political gain other than serving the people that elected them. And that's why I'm proud to support you. And that's why I stopped by here this morning.
Mayor Carl, officer, I appreciate that. And I know you will be, and I'll pay you a compliment. You will be the best coroner St. Clair County ever had because you're the man that's dealt you and your family in death all these years. You've done it respectfully. You've done it honorably. And I think you'll take your actions that you and your sister and your dear mother and father didn't know your grandparents, but I know they had to be good people. You'll take that same integrity, that same honesty to the St. Clair County Coroner's Office. Thank you very much, Carl, officer. Hey, before I go, Doug Gilbert, be nice to me because I say I could be your daddy. And if your mama wouldn't come in a motel room with me and Trump, maybe we could get some political business done. So, Doug Gilbert, give me a text, give me an email anytime. I appreciate all the emails, good and bad, and I'll read them all. So, hey, you guys have a good day. We got to go. Keep the fight up. And when it's all over, whatever happens to me, I'll be like stinky cow manure they'll know that I've been around. This is Bob Romanik. The Grim Reaper of radio, and you've been listening to the all-new KQQZ 1190 AM, simulcasting on KZQZ 1430 AM, Insane Broadcasting, America's bi-state voice of freedom, radical radio. And we are, as always, proud, very, very proud to be the Patriot. See you tomorrow. Getting a sore throat because I'm going to cut this short. See you tomorrow. You know what we got to do. We got to get rid of these no-count, rotten, good-for-nothing, lousy, parasitical punk bastards that we call politicians. We have to destroy them politically, of course, before they destroy us, and we can do that by becoming part of the St. Clair County Freedom Coalition, to vote the person, not the party. On the Republican ticket this year will be Democrats, Republicans, Independents. There'll be men, women, black and white. We live up to what we say. We are a diverse organization fighting for each other, fighting for the right to be free, and fighting for the right not to be screwed like we have been for the last 40 years in St. Clair County. So Democrats, Republicans, Independents, let's all get together. Let's unite. Let's expose. And at the end of the day, let's do what we all have to do. But at this point, I think we'll enjoy doing it. Destroy once and for all this cancer, this political corruption, the culture of corruption in St. Clair County. Destroy them politically, of course. I hate the hell to say that, but I have to. Politically, of course, right here on the dark side.
They're coming to take me away, ha-ha. They're coming to take me away, ho-ho, hee-hee, ha-ha. To the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time. And I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats. And they're coming to take me away, ha-ha.
The Patriot.
Your First Amendment and All-American Station. A division of Insane Broadcasting. Renegade Radio.
KQQZ, St. Louis.